Well, just as a reminder, the top two teams from yesterday's pools progressed to the cup competitions. The bottom two dropped to the bowl, and this one between Portugal and Canada. Well, an awful lot to look there in the head-to-heads. Canada lead the series 13-8, and well, it was, first of all, Canada has steadily improved. They dispatched Spain by 22 points to 12 earlier on this morning. Portugal progressed in the semi-final following their victory over Russia. Portugal start with Adrietro Esteves. This is his 41st event and 66 sevens tries to his name. David Mathias returns to the starting lineup, whilst Thomas Norajo is rewarded with some great work after dynamic running and scoring an excellent try against Russia. He starts on the wing. For Canada, Geraint John selects the same starting lineup for the third match on the trot. Dalla and Moonlight are two hard ball carrying forwards, whilst Phil Mack has been a standout player over the last 2 days for Canada. Well, alongside me in the commentary box is Willie Luose, who once played for Tonga. Well, he played for Tonga on quite a number of occasions in the 1995 Rugby World Cup. Myself, Scott Hastings, also played against the big fella alongside me. We're firm friends now, but certainly on the pitch, on this particular tie, an awful lot to be played for, Willie.
Yeah, certainly, and for these two teams as well, of course, the fifth match for them. Been officiated by Rasta Rashavenga in his 89th match, one of the fitter referees. In fact, he's one of the fittest players on this tournament. And you're so right, Scott, these two teams, after their victories earlier today, will be looking to try and push on.
Get them back.
Move. Just a reminder then, Portugal beat Russia by 24 points to 7 to progress to the semi-final. Canada, 22 points to 12 victors over Spain. So probably a tighter game that we expect. First of all, a breakout then from Pedro Betancourt. This is Esteves. Esteves up to the 22. First blood for Esteves, and Portugal score in the opening 10 seconds. Wonderful try for Esteves.
Hey, Adrietro Esteves, 67th try in the series, but this is just from the kickoff. And then as soon as they got it back, have a look at this. Once he got the ball, he got the angle, put the big right mitt out and said to Phil Mack, get out of my way. The dive, the finish, and that's one of the quickest tries of the tournament.
And sometimes when a team start like this, they really put the opposition under pressure. First blood for Portugal. Now the conversion to come from Pedro Leal. That's looking pretty good, and in it goes. So Leal, little popcorn they call him. That's his fifth conversion to add to his try that he scored over the last couple of days. So Portugal out to an early lead, 7 points to 0, and that's perhaps a bit of a shock for the Canadian team. Leal then, the scoring team in sevens. That's the restart. Conor Traynor handed the ball back to Canada, so good play by Canada. This is Phil Mack. Phil Mack. Strong running by Canada. Up here is John Moonlight. Moonlight. Well, he loses the possession, but first on the ball was Kieran Hearn. Kieran Hearn reacted more quickly, the Canadian, but doesn't release the ball in the contact. Leal then taps and goes. Kick that comes through from Leal. Play on, says Rasta Rashavenga, the South African referee. Well, didn't Nanyak Dalla do so well? Hint of a forward pass, but Canada breaking out from deep here through the stringent running of Harry Jones. Jones, the flying machine, well tackled there by Thomas Noronha. Esteves also in the action. Noronha, he makes his start after that wonderful trenchant running that he had in the previous tie against Russia. Scored a good try. And Noronha, he has a bit of footwork to do. Nanyak Dalla tackles the Portuguese wing. Now good possession here from Portugal. This is better play from them. Esteves tackled by Moonlight, and also Harry Jones wearing that number 11 jersey. Leal No opportunities out wide, but back against the grain. Well, it was sort of almost lazy running there by Miguel Lucas. And literally Canada being caught in the headlights here by Portugal, who've certainly dominated possession.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing, Scott, and that is that Canada went down to 6 defenders as Lucas scored. And it was the man that kicked the ball forward from the turnover there. It was Hearn that actually in the number 10 jersey, and you won't see him on our screen because he's way back in back plate, down after the collision area. But the turnover occurred, and then Portugal just kept their patience, they kept their awareness, moved it into Lucas, and that's a very good try for Portugal.
Well, throughout this series you collect points, and both these teams in this Shield semi-final, if you go on to win the tournament in this level, it's 3 points for a win, only 1 for a semi-final. Canada currently on 7 after one event, Portugal 2 points, so they'll be gunning for the extra 3 points just to claw back some of that lead that Canada have in the overall standings. Adam Kleeberger's on the pitch for Canada, lots of experience in Kleeberger. Now advantage being played. Phil Mack has ball, this is Dalla. Well, Dalla had the support of Moonlight on the outside, opted to kick the ball. Moonlight goes back to tackle Estevez, and Estevez has started this tie very, very strongly. Looping ball out there to Noronha, this youngster who's joined the squad. But Noronha just gets caught there from the CDU Lisbon club. Early take and goal by, I think it's Kleeberger. Kleeberger over for the try, so he nicks one back for Canada.
Well, he's a big unit, is Kleeberger. Around 100 Ks. In fact, he's well and truly over 100 Ks. But this is where the turnover was. Ball on the ground, you can't play it. Harry Jones just taps it and he goes, there you go, big fella, run 7 metres and put your shoulder down. Geez, he didn't get it on the first attempt as well. You saw that he needed to bring the ball forward because he actually stopped short. But the referee in a very good position and awarded the try.
And Willie, you saw the intent straight away, didn't you? The minute the penalty was given, that Kleeberger called for the ball straight away. The additional 2 points then, the conversion by Phil Mack, brings the scores to 14 points to 7. As you can see from the game, you think that Portugal are running away with the game because they've been in charge of the rugby football, and then suddenly Canada break through the other end, and now within touching distance of that Portuguese lead. Well, because the ball didn't cross the 10-yard line, Portugal will just have a quick tap restart. Leal. Carl Murray takes it into the contract. Leal looks for the ball, but holding on to the ball.
Terrific work, Harry Jones. Made the tackle, showed some space, and then went straight in on the ball, and he's made an error there by not giving the ball to his playmaker in Phil Mack.
Well, Harry Jones, an ex-captain of the Canadian under-20s team, he's a bit of a flying machine, so when he gets space to run, he'll have a go. Dalla will take the quick one. Now Kleeberger's outside. And again, the big forward in Moonlight. Moonlight fancies himself up to the 22. Super tackle on the far side by Pedro Betancourt for Portugal.
Gotta get up wide, on your feet, please.
He makes good decisions, South African referee Rasta Rashavinga. You'll hear him, you won't hear him breathing heavily either. He's so calm throughout the whole match. He's a good communicator, and the players appreciate that too. You've got to get to your feet before you can play the ball. You can't just lay there and hold on to it. Had a bit of feedback on Twitter as well, Scott, with regards to my comments about how fit the referees are.
He's a character and a half, isn't he? Always wears a smile on his face. Well, that halftime hooter's just gone. Where have the last 7 minutes gone? We've been royally entertained here. Canada chasing that Portuguese lead, but Portugal started so strongly. We're just having a stop here for an injury.
Is he carrying on?
Because I know that the IOB have spent a lot of money and invested in a fitness trainer for the referees, and you know, when you're fitter you make better decisions. Well, you make the right decision firstly, and we've seen that over the last couple of years with the referees.
Pedro Leal finds his jumper. Lucas was back there, but Canada pinched it. Well, there was a 2-on-1 there, lazy running potentially by Justin Douglas Oh, the interception, Harry Jones. Oh, wonderful hands by Harry Jones. And Phil Mack, he scampers in for the try. So the beneficiary of the Portuguese mistake. And wow, in a blink of a moment, well, Portugal were in the lead by 14-0. Canada on that half-time hooter have got back to 14-12 with a conversion to come.
Well, look at this. It's the speculator. Jones did magnificently, and then the thief in the night was the smallest man on the field. Well, it'd be a tie between him and Pedro Leal. But boy, he's a terrific player as Philip Mack for Canada in the 15-a-side and in particular here at the sevens. He's all class.
He's played extremely well, has Phil Mack. That was his third try. Doesn't quite tie the draw. So Portugal, by that slender lead, 2 converted tries to 1 converted try and a try. 14 points to 12 in Portugal's favour. Meters, he's a pretty difficult unit to stop. However, the loose pass by Carl Murray intercepted by Harry Jones on the half-time hooter, and then Jones passed to Phil Mack. Good rugby this here at the Emirates Airlines Dubai Sevens, and the stands at either end just filling up, and the stand opposite, as you see on your picture now, that is where the corporate guests and sponsors, and no doubt a number of them dining and enjoying a glass of water just to keep hydrated in this hot heat. Restart by Harry Jones then. That's long, just a little bit too long. Got the height in it, but Estevez did well. David Matthias throws the long pass out wide. Now the ball returned here into Lucas, the try scorer. Dalla wrapped the Portuguese player up in the hand, but didn't release. Kleberger was also there. Pedro Leal then out wide. Portugal from deep. Now Leal is in support. David Matthias, but Danyak Dalla, and once again, what is this guy Phil Mack like? He's at the heart of everything in this Canadian performance. Little chip forward, but the knock-on comes. Picked up by Thomas Norono here. He's got a bit of speed. Norono being tracked down. Opts to look for the support of Leal. Leal puts the little dink chip in. Well, does it bounce nicely? It does. And in for a try, Manuel Costa. What a lovely crafted try that was from a turnover ball by Canada.
Well, I'll tell you what, put that down on the reel as possibly one of the tries of the tournament. And of course, you can always vote on that, but boy, there were some skills shown there. The turnovers, the cross kick there, knocked forward, and then they raced away here. I thought it was shut the gate. Norona, he got tackled here, pulled back, and then have a look at this little piece of brilliance there from Pedro Leal, just chipping it through. The awareness to wait for the ball to bounce up, and good reward for Costa.
Got to hurry up now.
That's super.
It is absolutely superb. One of the reasons they call it rugby football, and the football skills of this young man, Pedro Leal, well, he doesn't quite get the conversion, so a converted try by Canada could see the the scores tied, I should say.
Ronaldo would have been thrilled with that little forward ball there that Leal put through.
He's such a gutsy player. Pedro Leal made his debut, would you believe, all the way back in 2004. Has played in the Hong Kong Sevens Rugby World Cup in 05-09. Missed the trip out to Moscow. David Matthias right through. Gosh, there he is, absolutely tremendous, and just extends that Portuguese lead. That came out of absolutely nothing, Willie.
Well, I'm going to steal one of your famous quotes because he was like a knife through butter. Unbelievable. The kickoff, Estevez gets up, challenges, and then have a look at this. The Canadians are standing around saying, what just happened there? Because he got on the outside of Dalla and on the inside of Moonlight, and then it was daylight.
Moonlight to daylight, there we go. We've not heard that one before, Willie. Well, the conversion comes good for young Pedro Leal, and Canada just hadn't hit their straps. It was interesting because I took my eye off the pitch there just to sort of check a note there, and looked up, and Matthias had scampered in for the try. Canada, what is the response now? They gave themselves an opportunity. But Portugal, as we've seen, holding and retaining that ball. Mack, can he ignite something? Phil Mack once again. Look at this, he needs the support though. He hasn't got a runner on his shoulder. Jones comes in to take ball. Estevez was over, so Harry Jones getting the support to Kleberger. And it's just a simple 2-on-1, and on the far outside is Moonlight. So Moonlight gets Canada back in touch with a try.
Estevez the infringement, and then it was just a matter of moving it through the hands. They made hard work of that because Philip Mack could have scored it earlier if he had just looked to his right and passed. This is the final pass, nice by Trainer, drawing in the defence of Norona. And look how quick they are to get it back to Phil Mack to try and close that gap.
Important kick this from Phil Mack. Takes them within a try, so Canada now are going to have to score twice if they're going to turn over this Portuguese team. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Restart then for Canada. It's Moonlight, the try scorer, chasing. Well, the knock-on that came from Kleberger, and you really felt if Kleberger had taken that, gone over, it would have given Canada another chance.
5.
And as you can see, just too many errors creeping into this Canadian performance. Well, they've steadily progressed through this tournament. They were unlucky to lose to Fiji in the group stages by 26 points to 19.
Okay, crouch.
But yesterday, last evening, they dispatched USA by 41 points to 7. But this gutsy Portuguese team, well, the never say die attitude has taken them out into the lead. Estevez, well, I've never seen Estevez kick away a rugby ball. Just relieving some of that territory. Back goes Phil Mack. Now, if Canada can score within the next 45 seconds, they may well just give themselves one more chance. Got to retain possession, though. Here's Mack. Dalla goes in to collect ball. Now, Moonlight. Can he release Harry Jones? He'll fancy a run. But Moonlight opts to take on the contact.
Advantage. He's on the deck. It's a tackle.
Down to the last minute. It is going to be tight, this one. Nanyak Dalla loses his shape. Oh, breakaway here by Mike Schultz. Schultz, can he go under the line? Yes, he can. And with a conversion to come and a kick-off, they've given themselves the opportunity.
Well, it's been a game of two halves on both halves, if you can understand what I'm saying. Portugal leading, and then the last 2 minutes of the first half, Canada come back, and that's exactly what's happened in the second half. Look at Schultz, he gave it a little goose step there to make sure in the tackle of Murray. He got it down, and now the all-important 30 seconds.
Harry Jones will have the restart. It's all about the retention. Can Canada retain this ball? Oh, they can't. It falls into the hands of David Macias, and Macias takes it up the halfway line, and Macias will win the tie for Portugal. Individual brilliance from David Macias. Super try and a great response. What a great sevens tie we've been witnessing. It'll be Portugal that head to the bowl final. Canada, well, that'll be the end of their work this weekend.
Well, he had a lot of work to do as well, and then he just got on the outside, and that step there, he just wrong-footed Harry Jones and then just backed his pace. Plenty of experience from this player on screen, and good reward for Portugal. They deserve this.
The conversion successful from Leal. And commanding performance there. Portugal outstanding. Canada got themselves in to touching base with the Portuguese, but they'll progress Portugal into this bowl final. The next bowl final coming up will be between Samoa and Australia. But the final score here in that first bowl semi-final was Portugal 33, Canada 24.